Alright, so what has to happen then? It's not 1,000 degrees anymore, so we've got it torn apart. And we're gonna go get it done, right? We just need the parts. Those are the bearings. Just clean up here a bit too. We need the piston. Also, we have to tear them down, which I mean they should be fine, but it has to get torn down. This has gotten so dirty, just walking across it. The rear suspension has to be done, which has been neglected entirely. And I guess the box is going to be even though it's supposed to be in here, it's better than it was. Can shake this off. Got an ARP fastener and ARP 2000. So looks good to me. The whole deal right now is pulling these pistons apart and replacing the pin, the wrist pin. You know, honestly, if I'm up on this, I don't need shoes on, right? We're gonna try to reuse these pistons. If they're not fucking wedged in here because they expanded or some bullshit like that. It's tight, that's for sure. That means something that says it's maybe what I'm gonna want. Oh, they're labeled on here, W22J. These are not labeled like that, but maybe. Okay, well, it still has to come out. Yeah, that's a bit rough. I'm not so sure it should have been so rough. These are not the right ones. But then again, does it really matter? As long as they have the diameter, right? That's the real thing there. They're not the same. That's for sure. But I think it will work. Exactly what I was thinking I needed. Recent discussions. Goes in here way easier. Let's just pull them all and then go at that another time. They don't need to go in here because the rods need to be attached, but the rods aren't being attached yet, so honestly, these don't even need to go in there. What the fuck? Why did that just happen? This thing's getting destroyed. Garbage ass. That's why I have glasses on. Because I know that these little rings under tension will fucking shoot off 1,000 miles an hour. And then I have my hand covering it at the same time too. Stop fucking doing that. That's annoying. On top of all the other things that it is. Turning the end of this off. Maybe I have a better tool for it. Maybe I really don't want to tear the wall up. I need a piece of wood just behind it. As I normally have, I do not currently have. This should work, right? Way better. Sometimes people are just looking for an excuse and they're too unintelligent to be able to come up with it on their own. Like, I hate you, but I just don't know why. So give me reasons to hate you. Not so bad, I want to say, but then again, here we are. Set it down. they weren't so stiff and didn't move at all, they can't rock it side to side. The slide is good. Now it moves a little bit. This one. Whoa, dude, that is warped. I can see the gap in one side. Imbalance. Those should be standard size, wherever those are, then I'm not even sure what to call them because my bearings, that's it. I have forgotten. Check them. Should say STD. Standard size. I need to Ziploc bag for these, honestly. Make sure we get everything together. Actually, the back can go in here, that way it's not separated. hydraulics, pistons, retainer, the mini crank. And case bolts. And that's everything for the rotating assembly. To get the short block done. So I'm on for the backing. Something that's not rough on it. Metal rods. In the meantime, this appears to be my working spot for the engine. I was thinking about just doing it inside. But then, the factors of it being dirty, needing cleaned, this, that, and the other, which obviously is the case. Get that shut down. I think I'll have to actually vacuum. I don't know, it's not too bad, but it's definitely not too great. In all honesty, I have no idea where I put the freaking stuff yesterday, because I did clean some of the other parts, because it's like, oh well, I'm gonna have to deal with this, so might as well get it cleaned eventually. So scrub off some of the silicone or whatever. If this fails again, and I have to tear it apart, it shouldn't be to this extent though. right? Laughing. Such tragedies. Why am I doing this? Question people never ask themselves. The absolute insanity of humanity, mindlessly doing tasks and pursuing things with no actual purpose. Oh, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to be the winner. That's not an actual purpose. But because I enjoy it, maybe not so bad, but that's not why I'm here. Because I like the car, and I would like the car to be a little bit better, to be able to enjoy it more. And that's why I'm trying to stick with this engine as well. Do not just swap it out. As much as I would like to say putting too much silicone on here was the culprit, I know that that's not the case, even though some people may think so. It may have contributed to the final failure, which was the loss of oil pressure. But it is not what caused these issues to begin with. That was kind of just the final straw. You know, the more time goes, the more I figure that I do not like certain people, certain groups of people. Maybe when I was younger it was not a big deal or not noticeable. But it's just like certain classes of people clashing, for lack of a better term. Your personality styles really start developing, and what is it and is not acceptable really becomes more prominent the older you're getting. Flip it. See, this is where a real problem can occur, because I have the case open, cracked, and debris can actually get in there. I will have to actually address that. Especially at this angle. Because that angle is exactly how it will fall straight into the bearings. Okay, we're gonna back them in a bit. This is so fucking dirty. It's outrageous. Some good wiping down should help. But I need to go to the store and get some more gloves anyways, so. Those 7mm gloves are just so fucking annoying because they're more trouble than they're worth. At least the cheap small ones that break, they're easy enough to take off and just throw away. stopped about 3/4 of the way done. So I had to load it up with some more paper. It'll definitely finish off. It's probably done by now, honestly. Yeah, go get some gloves and some scraping stuff, maybe. That lube is somewhere around here. As much as these gloves are annoying, they're better. You get twice as many and they're just easy to deal with. They go on a lot easier and they come off a lot easier. Even though they break easier, like a screw or a bolt or even an edge can cause them to tear. Guess we're gonna go down. The printer ran out of ink, so that's just gonna sit until I decide to get down. Harbor Freight says they have a sale, like they always say. Nothing to rave about, in all honesty. Okay, I was thinking about this lock. Let's get it in view better. Make sure we're on focus. Verify our working area. Bought some brushes. We do have the blower, so it has built up some pressure because it was not plugged in. You know, just thinking about this, it doesn't have to be done all in one day. But getting it assembled, you know, for the price of that ink alone, I can go to a printing store and have them print it out and laminate it, I think. I'll have to make some phone calls and find out for sure. And the pages won't be freaking offset all weirdly. Because having the book is great and all, but not whenever it gets dirty super easy. You know, I'm just thinking about people and types of people and environments and how oppressive some people are. It's like they force their way into your life and try to say how things are or should be. I was always reserved, but then after the military, not so much. You gain an ego, for lack of a better term, in the military, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because for progress, to be progressive, such things are necessary. To lead, in a sense, you have to have a ego. Despite whether or not some turd wants to argue with the fact of the matter, it is absolutely truth, because you cannot go into dangerous situations without a sense of confidence and arrogance. Otherwise, you're just stuck in a cowardly idol set where it's like, well, we shouldn't because it's dangerous. For instance, you have to wrangle a snake or something like that. Oh, it's dangerous, we shouldn't do it, and then, oh, well, it's not a problem. That's a whole set of discussions itself, but in general, you have to have that confidence or ego, whatever you want to call it, to be able to actually be in the situation. And so it can be misunderstood as how things are supposed to be, because the loudness of it. The arrogance is the loudest voice in the room. Whether or not it's correct, and to be an actual good leader, you have to be able to recede at times, let other people be that arrogance, whether or not they fail, whether or not you know better, because even being competent, like you really know what you're doing, other people might not know what they're doing, but they think they know what they're doing, and the only way for them to learn from that is but through that means of failure. And so you cannot impede on that progress of learning. Like, maybe I should listen to other people that know what they're talking about. This is in the whole leadership realm of things. Everyone wants to be the leader. Well, not everyone. Some people are just perfectly fine being in the background, playing with lollipops or something. Who knows what terminology you would like to use in the circumstance, but yeah. But every hotshot wants to be that leader, but they don't actually understand that dynamic of not being the loudest voice and not being the one taking charge all the time. You have to be able to analyze and assess situations, and so not going head first into situations, waiting, seeing who's going to actually try to take charge first of all, and then validating whether or not they're capable of leading, and if not, then interjecting. I don't know what word I'm looking for in that situation, but that should work. I hate this right now. It's just like a speck here, a speck there. Oh well, I do have the cleaner. I need a bottle of Yoho in a bottle of this is an oil storage device. Oil storage device. There's oil in it. And I'm putting acetone in it. They don't mix, but it should be fine. How much did I spend today? That's like real leadership. Being passive. Unless the need for leading actually is pertinent. Because things, when they're in operation correctly, don't need leadership. They don't need micromanage, they don't need all that nonsense. Which I learned a long time ago. Because the world keeps going whether or not you're managing it. So that's real strategic training, I guess. I've always been exposed to the strategic operations side of things. Okay, so this is gonna come apart now. Is it? Yes. Because we still have to clean the inside of that off after removing the crank. And then shit. After remove that, which side is up? It's definitely this side. Half inch? Is it the half inch? Feels like it's loose. There's no way it's 5/16, 7/16. Could be metric. I will put it at 13, I think. Which is just not grabbing. 14. I really doubt that this is going to be it. No. So we're definitely on half inch. We did find our bit. fucking fly. This needs a lot of cleaning, to be honest. Put them out of business. Okay, I've got to hit this with a brush. Bristle. They get all pissed off when you do that too. Well, you shouldn't have been an absolute piece of garbage. It doesn't give a crap about anything but screwing people over. Whether or not to reference what I'm actually talking about. Just certain types of businesses, you know? Their only goal is to rip people off. Or rob them. And it's not like blatantly rob them, but you know, oh, we're gonna take a little bit here, a little bit there, and then it all starts adding up. And then, for example, the car sales place is taking half of the sales price because it's marked up so far, because all they want to do is rob people. Okay, we do not have the magnet. As I was assembled. And then, whether or not someone intended it, just by association, they turn into these monsters that are out for robbing people. Okay, so I don't have anything to pry this apart. Nothing immediately on hand. Besides that, let's just see where we're at. Oh, it's not too bad. This stuff gets so freaking dirty. I think that's it. Okay, I think over here, see, it's already ripped. What am I gonna do here? I need to clean this off entirely. There's the gasket. See, these gloves are just easier to take off and then take a break or whatever. It's not like, oh, I'm taking the gloves off, that means we're stopping for the day. That's a dowel guide pin. It's not that important, but still. This would be a lot easier if it was just not in the way. Yeah, well then we have the bearing issue, which I'll probably do here in a minute. Just pull it out and actually get to it. Got a little bit of surface. There's a scrape here. Yeah, that's that. I need to set them down in order, minimum. Maybe. Shit. There we go. Oh. That is not nice. I never actually pulled these. I mean, they're all gonna get cleaned anyways. Might as well have some symmetry here. Now we can actually clean this. You gotta be super light in the bearing journals. Just try to knock off any of that. One swift strike. It'll all get blown out here in a minute anyways. Yeah, about that. The bristles are getting torn off on the edges. Cloth is a lot better because it's not such an abrasive material, but still. We've got a long ways to go here. I have to get something to actually blow into the passages. I just don't think that this blower is going to cut it. It's time for a break here. This one's a lot better than the other one, so we've made progress, just not much. Still has a lot of... Okay, so before I go anywhere further, I'll grab a glove. No, I need to check these bearings. The information on them. There should be a label, marker, something indicating it. There it is. What size there? MK5745 PRC. The PRC is coded as far as I know. This one says the same exact thing. I mean, there's mild grooves in it, and so I'm determining whether or not I want to stick with these. Standard size. Pretty certain that I will get new ones. but it says weeks to deliver, so. That should be good, right? Good enough. Okay, so we've ordered new bearings, standard. And I have these over here, which I'm going to put in the other engine. Once I get around to that, which who knows when that'll happen. But dealing with this right here, will have to work. These surfaces are definitely different. Called the printing company, but they didn't answer, so whatever. The wrist pins and the bearings is what's on order. It says it doesn't ship out for a week or so. And then I forgot to freaking cancel my classes, which I was gonna do. But I know I'm gonna have to call them. Let's just leave this alone for now. I just feel so delighted, don't I? No, I'm being sarcastic. My head hurts. It's not as bad as it was because I took some aspirin or whatever the hell you might want to call it. See, I was looking at the info about this and I think I did it wrong. Sealant. I need more light right here, to be honest. Fuck. Well, I mean, I've got that light right here, so we're gonna do that. That helps a bit. I just really don't like the car community. It's fucking retarded, and it's full of retarded people. As I'm saying this in reference to someone posting a video about car meets. They're just absolute fucking idiots. It's like a congregation of people with no brains. And they're consumed by this whole mechanic culture, which is overrated. I mean, most of this shit's out of date. Subaru's kind of got a niche in the market for horizontally opposed engines that are not at Porsche prices. Porsche sucks actually anyways. It's just a bunch of fucking idiots that lost touch with humanity a long time ago. Silicone definitely got in the bearings. It barely did though. It could have or could not have actually contributed to the final straw. That's why I really revved the car up. At the end, I'm like, well, if there is material in it, I can just rev the car up and just have it shove oil through the whole system real fast. That way, it might actually unclog some of the areas. Because if you put pressure behind a passageway, like for instance your water hose is clogged, but if you turn it up to maximum, then it becomes unclogged. That was the theory behind it, at least. I was like, either that or we're gonna have failure, in which we had failure. just make some progress is the whole idea here. Progress that was not done before. And so by cleaning up some of these journals and whatnot, then when I come to it later on, I have less that I actually need to do. Because we've got plenty of time. Plus I kind of need to do some other stuff, so we ordered standard size bearings as well. Did you know that Latin is the language of the dead? And so if someone's speaking Latin, they're probably a zombie. Or anything associated with Latin. This is roughing up the surface more than anything. Thinking about going to play Rust. This week's Flight Simulator, I don't think I'm actually going to be participating in challenges. You know, it was kind of a rush before because I needed to get the car together and actually drive it. But now that's not the case at all. I've got the friggin' daily driver now. But like everything else in the world, there's different types of people everywhere and in everything. Okay, what is that noise? It's definitely getting time to eat, but first I need to pull this off. It should be over here, I think. Still on it. Yes. Now getting this off, that's a whole different issue. Just want to grab whatever's nearby. I'm not sure that's necessary. So, there's a couple scrapes on it now, and there's a dot of rust, which is probably from the moisture getting on it. But we're gonna prepare this crankshaft for storage because one, it can be repurposed, it can be salvaged, I know that. It's just whether or not someone has the capability of doing that. And I rejected the possibility just because I didn't want to go through the whole process. But you can take it to a shop and have them redo everything. Put all new specifications on it. Put it back to stock specifications, even that, and get it really where it should be. The reason why I did not do that is because in my mind, any sort of failure that may occur because of that, which I know the odds of it are very minimal. But now we need some freaking saran wrap. If you really want to store it like a professional, you spray it with some Pam or something. That way there's a coating of the material on it, and it's not just vulnerable to the elements, but the saran wrap should do. That is not significant. Need to really get some of this out. It's just so sticky and hard to manage. Dude, fucking cheap ass garbage. Okay, whatever. This is what we're doing. I mean, at this point, it's not that bad. Oh, why didn't I just do this to begin with? Mr. Rocket Scientist. And then bring it up to the shaft and the front shaft. That way it can actually be sealed completely. You don't want any moisture to be able to get on this. This is why you're doing it. To prevent it from rusting or corroding or whatever. It's protecting it from the elements or pregnancy, which I mean, I guess, in a way, ironically, fold that over and then wrap around it. That way it grabs it down. And then this garbage that can't fucking care for shit. I mean, that's good enough at the end of the day. Okay, here we are. So we just did this, right? Some of it, at least. And so we ordered the stuff here. Let's make sure we're good. Look at this is one. So instead of BCs, these Eagles are cheaper. But at the same time, I think the BCs come with bearings, and that offsets the cost difference of the two. But I mean, here's the bearings. So I also have a 0.25 over. I wonder if my address is on these. Wait, are these even there? Okay, it sounded like it was opened already, and then it sounded like they were loose in there, so I'm like, shit, I need to check that. Okay, so here we are. Our fancy boat that barely fits in the garage, and we have no room to do anything. And our new fishing stuff, we gotta get the post put in. But we have our pistons. What fucking brand are they? I can't remember. Wiseco. But if you look at them, when you rotate here, the rod does not spin. And so what we have is it heated up and actually damaged the wrist pin. You can see the scoring in here. It should not be like that. But I think these pistons can still be used. We're gonna have to do full inspection of the rings and all that, but we have the rods. We just ordered the wrist pins. I mean, I can return them if I need to, I guess. That's not a big deal. I decided that having these rags are better than buying paper towels all the time, because you can at least get 2 uses out of the rags. And so you're already equating that money. Okay, so the biggest problem I have is it doesn't want to move like this. This one does, but it's really rough. And it should be moving freely on here, right? This one's not moving at all. So obviously it heated up and they seized together, or they damaged the wrist pin, or the rod at the top side is damaged. Whatever you want to consider, it's a problem. And so I think let's just look at them for a minute. Even though we have scoring over here, it's not that big of a deal. It's not serious damage. And the pistons walls are fine. As long as we can get a seal and compression, it's not a big deal. As long as the wrist pin fits in. Don't even. If we can't get them out, that's a whole nother issue. It is nice and hot in here. See, there's barely any scraping. This one has a little bit more right there. But it's only in these single spots. That's the bottom side of it. And so, it has to be something related to the rod that's doing that, right? It's scoring the bottom side and not the top side. There's a nice gash in here. Scrape. Over here too. That's such a cringe. I hate it. I don't think the piston walls are like that. No matter though, we're gonna try to get what we can out of them. Oh, there's a nice gash down through here. That's obvious. How can I set this? So the side that gets damaged is the wall. I mean, obviously we can see that here. All of them. This spot on the wall. And I'm debating on whether or not to do anything about this. I think there's no gashes. Well, at the bottom there's slightly. At the top there's not. You can't grab it with your fingernail. So a nice polish should do. Okay, we're doing the head studs. We're pulling them off because we're going to actually address the block here. I just want to get this documented because it's really a pain in the ass. I already had started doing it and then I'm like, well, I'm going to eat first of all, and then it's like, might as well document it. First of all, we gotta put this thing on here. We want it facing upward because clearing the others is significant. Putting this one facing down. Then we have our locking one over here. So we're actually doing this. We ordered the parts. We're going to remanufacture the entire block. I just want to get it to its high performance state and then daily drive it. Is that too much to ask for? I'm not going to be racing it, is what they all say. Right? No, honestly, I just want to have fun with the car. And not all the extra it's coming out. That's what she said. As we make a bunch of unnecessary claims. Let's see if we can drive it. This bit is not in the best shape. That's 5/8. Let's force it out from the top, which we already have over here apparently. What was I using that for? That's not it. I was just kidding because that's the 1/2 inch and this is the 5/8. See, the bit on this is already fucked to hell. This beats the hell out of destroying it. We're going to seat it back in here. and then get this off. So this is a lot easier method to doing this. Maybe. Yes. Okay, I was like, this is not coming off. It's not moving. The nut on the bottom end. But it is. And it was just me. It's snug, for lack of a better term. So this is how you do it. You forget to put this on here. This is way better than what I was doing before, which I manually turned the thing until it came all the way out, which took probably an hour for one. What a pain in the ass. This nut came off. A lot of the stuff's just snug on here, but not on here. Which I'll probably have to strip it all down. I'm pretty certain on that. Just pulling the nut. Whether or not you can actually see that. Over here, the tools I was attempting to use before. I just hope this isn't putting extra tension on the block itself. It shouldn't, but there's a chance that we could be destroying the seat that these go into. Which is a whole nother issue. I thought about buying the bigger studs. How about I use the actual fucking drill and not impact it? Or the wrench works. As long as it's, because that impacting I feel like is just extra. Maybe I'm wrong, and it's not extra. It doesn't want to fucking do shit otherwise. It's warm, but not blazing hot. Let's see if we can use the 10, is it? before to just zip them out. This bit's destroyed at this point, so we're not doing shit with it. It's not difficult to unthread it. We're only doing one side because we're just transporting it up there and having a discussion today with our engineers, because that's who we're going to talk to. Engineers about re-engineering this block to do what I want it to do. No, just to alleviate this issue, and since it's being addressed, then what else can we do at the same time? Instead of, oh hey, let's just deck the surface, which is my main plan, right? Because we have the pitting right here, which I'll zoom in later. And if we resurface this, we're going to bring it down at least 2 millimeters. And then maybe 3 is what I'm thinking. And we have to have the lowest compression pistons in there to still get clearance. And so, instead of doing that, or is there some better options? And then there's our final race secrets, which are going to be done because we're already proceeding to do it. What's going to happen here? Because this isn't like your DIY, off-the-shelf, bolt-on, whatever bullshit. This is the real deal here now. It's kind of unbelievable, in my opinion, that we're to this point. Just give it a little bit more. Stop it. I don't need my eardrums, so... Okay. Here we are just about ready to address this. As this fucking bolt falls off for the 50th time. What even does it hold on? Nothing. It holds on the bracket for the harness. And then here we are. This does not want to actually move here to come off. So I've got to assist it off. And it's loose. So a very minuscule amount. You probably could have done it by hand. but grabbing it like this is just kind of painful because it's round and you just spin on it. You don't really have a grip. That's why I'm kind of grab it by the threads, because you can actually have some sort of grip off the threads. What is the terminology? Friction? No. It's two plates that block, that you pull on them and they get tighter. Okay, here we are. So this is why we're doing these things here. We have all of this pitting that has begun, and then significant. It's not just like a little bit. And then this one is like a real cavity. So the heat from this being so close to the cylinder wall is going to cause it to eventually decay on the cylinder wall side and fall in, and then we'll have this material inside the piston. If we were to fill it with JB weld or something like that, then eventually whatever the filler that goes in here will end up in the cylinder wall, and it won't actually be any good. Let's make sure that that's goop and not actual material. Need something over here to pull it apart. These wrenches are actually perfect, maybe? Okay, we're zoomed in way too far now. We're just gonna finish getting this apart real quick. Literally, it should take 5 seconds. As long as I have the right tool and I'm not being a freaking fool trying to pull this apart with freaking wrenches. I need a pry bar in this exact spot. Top side now. Now the front of the case. There we go. Of course, most likely he's going to want that stuff off. But I have a pressure washer anyways, it's on its way to actually be able to clean the top of this. I don't know if it arrives today or what. That's that. Okay, so the word is removing everything from this. into getting it sent out. Because different people want different things. And the main focus is to not fuck it up. I need a bag for case bolts. Specifically, I almost ran the camera over. See, I've been a few calls, right? And one dude's like, oh, this, that, and the other. And then the other shop over here is like, oh, I can't do this. And it's just all over the place. And then I find someone who's like, okay, make sure the block is stripped down. Yes, let's just draw up sensors. That's definitely a knock sensor. But if we're doing this, it needs to be taped down. The knock sensor goes on the knock side. I think that's a knock sensor as well. I think that's all of the 12s. We'll go for the 14s here. Because it's nice and hard. Let's tape them together since they're a pair. I mean, why not? These are all the accessories. I mean, that's not a lot. That sensor. That's really it. Those are gonna have to be replaced now. Whatever. Because you don't have to replace things until you actually remove them sometimes. And then the seal gets broken and it's like, oh well. I mean, that's going to be a lot easier to clean like this, honestly. He just gives me a way better number to do this, and so we're going to go with him. Now I'm going to pressure wash it. Okay, let's see if this puller set can do the job. So we have lubricated them prior slightly, dumped some WD-40 or whatever lubricant on them around the outside. Not bad. Ooh, look at that. That is like exactly what I need. The only problem is actually getting it in there. Tell me that pressure will expand these. First of all, let's do this. Get it on here. Well, I think that is the case. So this is the cheapest one at Harbor Freight. The cheapest puller, and I was like, well, if I can make this work, then that's the golden ticket. You want to get them even before you put it down in here. It appears. There it is. And it's hooked. Let's just make sure. Want to see it move. I'm pretty sure it just came out of the seed. as it destroys it. Just see what we got here. So, I think alternatively we can get a nut and put on here and weld it on to really knock it off. Okay, so those go on this thing. It appears. As much as I like this one, the edges just are not grabbing good enough. They're rounded out. I think the welding is my plan. I don't think it's moving at all. The welding is going to be the best bet, because then we can screw it on and just bring it out. But we have to go find what size this is. And then figure out how to actually get it welded on there. Without a million issues. And destroying whatever that is that gets welded on. And then actually getting the fucking welder over here, however that's gonna happen. Okay, we got the other one this time. This one seems a little bit better for the activities. This one. Because it has 4-piece spreader deal. The medium one maybe? No. Small one. And then it tightens down and grabs it. And if we can spread it even further, that's what she said. Pliers. I did not grab those pliers. I was like, I'm gonna buy them. matter. It just slips my mind. The adjustable works actually, because these are covered in grease and lime and time and dime. I don't want it too tight, because honestly, if that tears the wall, that's not going to be fun at all. Looks good. Now the camera zoomed in so we can see if it's moving. Because if it's not moving, pretty sure it is. Oh, how I do like this. This is so much better than the last one. And these are actually reusable at that point, but I'm gonna buy new ones because I do not want to get into that. That's just a whole mess. Trying to recycle this shit. Make sure the camera is in a good position. It moved. We saw all sorts of slime come up. Oh, that's the wrong piece I'm spinning. So the top side of the block is where these pins, dowel pins go. There's a little bit of a scrape there from this digging in, which I was concerned about. These forces and expanding this, it's just a combination for tearing up the wall that these actually seat into. sitting here waiting on its failure. I'm like, I have been doing so good here. I'm surprised that one of these hasn't just shit out. Well, and we are successful. Unfortunately, even though we know that this one works, I cannot retain it. It's just not within my capacity right now.